I think that was our best roundtable yet. What?
Yeah.
56 minutes of straight sauce from what? What have you accomplished on TikTok Shop?
I've hit a $20,000 profit day, and I've done about 1.5 million GMV. So I'm excited.
Mind you, he was in high school when he did that. And what are your credentials?
I've managed over $13 million in GMV from creators.
And we have our guy right here who isn't in the video, but he just had a massive accomplishment from TikTok Shop, from organic marketing. Tell him what you just did today.
I just bought a Audi RS3.
I'm excited to go see that car. I've hit, $175,000 profit in a single month from TikTok Shop, and we're just sharing all of our knowledge in this video. So let's get right into it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? No, I'm just trolling. No, these are serious videos. We're gonna be dropping some TikTok Shop sauce. This is kind of supposed to be a TikTok Shop State of the Union address from how things have changed from 2023 to now 2026. So we're going to get into this. My name is Drew Espandola. I've done, over 1 million GMV as an affiliate. We're close to like 1.5 million right now. I put up $1 million for NeuroGum, huge brand. So if you ever purchased NeuroGum, you may have seen me. And, we've done over $500,000 in personal profit, posting videos online. So that's kind of my story. This right here, I'll let him introduce himself.
The one and only Jack Cuppins. Just like Drew, I've put up $1 million in GMV for NeuroGum. TikTok Shop has had a very long history, even though it's only been around for maybe a couple years, and there's always been ups and downs. And so we're really just going to talk about the main things that, as top creators, we're seeing with the TikTok Shop game, how to adapt, and even if TikTok Shop is the right opportunity, just like as of now. So it's gonna be an interesting conversation, State of the Union address, and this right here is
Nick Lopez. Damn, everybody said all their stats, and here I am. All right, my name is Nick Lopez. I used to create back in 2024, early 2025, but now I kind of am behind the scenes with TikTok Shop, and not just shop, but organic marketing as well. I manage brands, so I hire creators like Jack and Drew to make videos organically for apps, softwares, SaaS, or just e-commerce brands on TikTok Shop. And one of my stats, just to throw it out there, I've done over 13 million. Not just me, but like I've managed a campaign with 13 million for a certain campaign. I'm not gonna say what campaign it is, but yeah, that's enough.
13 million in managed GMV, which is pretty big.
That's crazy.
So we got some questions coming through on the live stream. One from Creeks, shout out Creeks. He said, what was your favorite era of TikTok Shop, favorite style of content? And I think it's a great place to start just because it's changed so much from when we first got into content and what works on TikTok Shop. And if you know me, bro, the green screen style is my absolute favorite. As young guys, it can be hard to be like an authority for buying, right? We're like the least trustworthy demographic when it comes to purchasing products. So I really like the ability to, find someone else on the internet, whether that's a celebrity, whether that's another doctor, and they have valuable, trustworthy information, right? Like they are an authority, and you can take that and help display that message to other people. So I really like that green screen style content where you can, leverage these different features in TikTok and borrow the authority from other people and kind of use that psychology. So that's my favorite style, my favorite era. And it's not dead on TikTok Shop. If you know, we're making a comeback.
Shout out Nino.
I actually made a sale with green screen yesterday on a brand new account that I'm testing out.
On Shop?
Oh,
Yeah, on Shop, yeah.
As for my favorite style, I think most people have seen some of my Shark Tank edits on TikTok. They've probably, the big one has definitely graced your For You page before. And you might have bought NeuroGum from it. But honestly, I've done, I would say, almost every style on Shop from the very beginning. I've done talking head storytelling. If you've seen my storytelling videos, I should have taken those down a while ago. So I hope you didn't. And then I obviously did green screen videos. And now, or just recently, I did a bunch of Shark Tank edits where I would just put a bunch of clips together and tell a story. And it was a lot of fun with those. And my favorite, though, honestly, it's definitely I love green screen, bro. Like, I love making edits and stuff. It's really fun. But when you get to practice tonality and you get to practice, like, making crazy, like, conspiracy videos, it's just a lot of fun. So I would agree. Conspiracy is definitely my favorite. What about you? When's the last time you created?
Last time I created, well, it was like 2 months ago, but it was like AI content, which I think AI is dope for sure. But, like, my favorite era was probably when it was just like the Wild West. Not because you could kind of say whatever, but because everything was just so brand new that like even just being a little creative made you stand out from everybody else. But definitely like my favorite content style is just talking head. That's where I made most of my affiliate money, was literally just talking to the camera. I did most of my content in Spanish, but it was literally just talking to the camera, telling people why they should buy it. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely changed a lot more. How Drew was saying that we're like the least, what is it? The least what? Demographic?
Like we're less
Authority, yeah. You know, trustworthy. But hey, slowly and surely, TikTok is just gonna become super big to where, you know, real reviews are what's gonna matter, and you know, whether that be like green screen content or talking head. So I'm super heavy on like that's gonna be the future of content, is just being real.
So since this is, you know, kind of like a State of the Union TikTok Shop address, what's going on? How are things changing? There's a question I want to ask y'all. Yeah. What is y'all's biggest prediction for TikTok Shop 2026? It could be, you know, how things are changing, you know, what trends you expect to pop off, different, you know, styles or, you know, categories. What do you think is going to change, you know? Let's start with you, Jack.
Okay, well, if you were to ask me a couple months ago, I would have said AI content, because you know, there are brands that were absolutely ripping with AI content on Shop, still are, but you've noticed TikTok has cracked down a lot on AI content. It's not as lucrative as it was, which is why a lot of AI creators are moving to Instagram and other platforms. More on that later. But I would say my prediction so far is that, you know, I think creators are going to hit some absolutely huge months, like months we haven't even seen before. But if no one is familiar with GMV Max yet, I think the creators who make the highest converting video can take advantage of GMV Max the most, will eat the most and take the biggest piece of the pie, while leaving pretty much the rest of the creators with nothing, because that's how the ad spend of GMV Max is incentivized to work. So my biggest prediction is that we're going to see a lot bigger months on Shop, which is kind of crazy knowing that people have hit 400K months before. It's going to get bigger. And I think it's going to just, and the more people that accept TikTok Shop as a, you know, viable place to buy products, it's going to be insane. So yeah. What about you?
Definitely kind of what I was just talking about is just real honest reviews. For example, if you look at, you know, clothing on TikTok Shop, what sells on that is just honest reviews. And if you look at like the top videos for like clothes on TikTok, it's literally like, go to the comments and you'll just see what are your measurements, what is your size, like how tall are you, because people want to just relate, whether that be with supplements or with actual clothes. You know, me personally, I bought a lot of clothes off TikTok because, like how Jack was saying, more and more people are accepting that TikTok is the future, and we are going to see bigger months. I don't think anybody has done $1 million profit yet. But that could, not yet, or directly from TikTok at least. So that's definitely a thing that I think in 2026 is going to become reality. And bro, the bar is just going to keep going higher and higher. If you look at when TikTok Shop first came out in 2024, making 50K a month was like, yo, like what is this? Because in the creator world, that was not possible at the time. So every year, the roof is just going to keep going higher and higher until one day, I mean, who knows what's going to happen this year.
All y'all said interesting things. There's something I want to circle back to about AI content, but I'll say my prediction in a minute. I want to agree with you, Nick, about real reviews being like the future of TikTok Shop. I was just explaining this to my friend on the phone. I have a friend that tried TikTok Shop in 2024, and it really wasn't for him. He didn't like it, and I'm now convincing him to come back to TikTok Shop because here's something that's changed. In 2024, you had to earn the view. It was all organic, so you had to do, whether it was a crazy story or you're using these hooks or doing this green screen stuff, you had to earn the organic view in order to then get someone to buy the product. And now with TikTok Shop and the GMV Max era, you can just post a video that's a raw review. You cut out the BS. You give the buyer what they actually need in order to make their decision, and the brand is giving them the view. You no longer have to earn the view because the brand is paying for it. So the style of content you can make is completely different because you don't have to do all these semantics which is really, really interesting. So it opens up a new avenue. You see on the affiliate center, these like, adults that are like making just straight to the point content. They're like 30 seconds long and they're doing, 50, 60K a month, and they have like no actual, crazy content experience. But my biggest prediction, and if you watch some of my videos, you know this, high ticket products. I think high ticket products are the future of TikTok Shop, because in 2023, no one thought TikTok was legit, right? You thought China was going to steal your credit card. You thought it was just like drop shipping scams. You're like, why is everything so cheap? And we're now at the point where when you order something, it's going to show up. It comes fast. The deals are good. The products are solid. So now people have the confidence to order these more expensive products. And I think people are going to be spending, we're going to be at the point where people are going to be spending thousands of dollars on a single purchase on TikTok Shop. And it's going to be better to, if you're going to spend thousands of dollars online, you want to make sure you're making a good decision. With Amazon, you just see a picture of a product and maybe you can read some text on screen, some reviews. But with TikTok, you can get all of your questions answered right there. You can see it and it's going to show up to your doors. That's my biggest prediction. And, keep dropping the questions in the chat because we're going to keep answering them. But here's something I want to bring up and get y'all's opinions on this about AI content on TikTok Shop, because you've done some AI content off of TikTok Shop. Yeah. You see it a lot with the campaigns non-shop. But the number one account on TikTok Shop right now in the affiliate center is doing AI bottom of funnel.
Yeah.
I looked at it, 2.7 million GMV in the last 30 days. What do you think about that? 2.7 million AI bottom of funnel. The video is real, but the voice is AI. It's completely faceless, all bottom of funnel. And do you think this is sustainable? Do you think this is a transferable skill? Just kind of what are your thoughts on this? The video, it's a real video taken with their camera, but the voices are all AI. They use like the same sound every time. It's like an AI voice, and it's like, the sale ends today. Like if you know. It's the number one account. So what do you think about that as like a long form? Like, do you think that's sustainable? Do you think TikTok's gonna let that slide? What are your thoughts?
The thing is, like, bottom of funnel will always be a content style as long as there is a funnel. So, you have people making top of funnel content. And I would say, honestly, TikTok has moved more towards a middle bottom of funnel type of platform because at least the biggest products are just taking up most of the market share on TikTok. But as of the AI content on TikTok Shop, is it a really good way to make money doing AI bottom of funnel? Yes, because you can just spam simple videos. You literally just post hundreds of AI videos. People are making like insane money. That person did 2.7 million GMV. That's like 300K a month, bro.
In the last 30 days.
Dude, that's actually crazy. That actually like makes me like, yo, maybe I should do AI bottom of funnel. But
Black Friday. We're past Black Friday.
Yeah, no, it's actually crazy. But is it long term? No. So if you want to play a short term game and you want to make a lot of money right now and actually make the bag as a beginner, I feel like if I start TikTok Shop now and I wanted to actually just make a bunch of money and get out the matrix, I would definitely do AI bottom of funnel because it is very lucrative. But as a long-term play, the reason I'm not doing it right now is because I know if I want to maintain my skills and actually learn copywriting, learn marketing, learn all the things that will serve me in the future, I'm not going to just learn all that by spamming a bunch of bottom of funnel videos because there's no skill required. You are just really like, it's VA work. Anyone can do it, it's a double-edged sword because it's super easy to start and you can do it and make a bunch of money. But if that opportunity gets cooked, TikTok bans or bottom of funnel content, which it can, you're on a platform that is volatile, you're cooked too. So I would say take advantage of it while you can, but don't think of it as a long-term play,
Yeah, one thing Jack was saying is that how he was saying if he was a beginner again, what would he do? He'd definitely do that. And that's the thing. Like if you want to make a quick buck, definitely hop on trends that are popular. Like throughout the year, you're going to see different trends that are going to come up just as you did in 2025 and in 2024. But the thing is, for us three personally, we're at a point where we want to build something. We're in our era of like, how do I like what is my life going to be in 5 years, in 10 years from this? Like, yeah, like doing that. For example, I made AI content. I made like 2K off like 5 videos that I posted. 2K profit, by the way. And then I was like, okay, this is cool, but this isn't going to be something long term. So whoever's running that account, 2.7 million, bro, shout out you. I'm not trying to hate on you. I think you're doing amazing, but it's definitely like not going to be popping in a few months. You never know though, dude. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just a bot, but hopefully that creator is thinking long term, first in like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then for the rest of 2026.
One thing I'll add in, let's be very clear. Bottom of funnel makes money on TikTok Shop. The number one account right now is a bottom of funnel account. But if you are going to purchase a mentorship, we're all part of a mentorship called Creators Corner. Shameless plug. If you know, you know. We'll leave some info in the description. But like, if you're gonna pay someone for a mentorship, make sure they're teaching you the skills of how to make content, how to actually understand consumer psychology, why things sell, why videos not only get views but convert into buyers. Don't let someone sell you a membership on how to do AI bottom of funnel, because it is going to happen. It's happening. And if TikTok gets banned, what are you going to do with that skill? There's no translation. It doesn't expand anything else. So I just want to be very clear with that. Like, make sure you're not getting finessed. If you're going to pay someone to teach you something, make sure you're actually learning skills that will last you a super long time. So we got JJ, one of my favorite guys. Shout out JJ. My first online money friend in Dallas. He just commented, "What's been the most impactful advice you have that got you here?" That's a tough one. I actually have to think about it. And I don't have to think about it. This is funny. A mentor once told me this before I broke through. Do more, think less. That actually got me so far, especially with content. Like, you can think your way out of so much stuff. And, action, you probably have some crazy quote on how action is like the best thing to do, but do more, think less. It's such a simple concept. And if you just keep in motion, like, object in motion stays in motion, and you're going to learn no matter what. So that's the biggest advice for me. And like, when I was dead broke, I heard that. And that very advice is what got me to take a risk and join CC. And, I flew across the country and had all these experiences that, really changed things for me. So that's what I'll give. If anyone has their next piece.
I got mine. All right, so mine. This quote isn't something that like I got from, business or anything. It's just kind of a way of life. Is when there's a will, there's a way. That's what this tattoo means. The one in my pointer finger. It's in like the Viking language, the Nordic language. I don't know. I saw it on Google. Thought it was cool. But when there's a will, there's a way. So we all three of us, we all have a why. All of our whys are different, right? My why when I first started making money or trying to make money is different than my why now. But my why back then was I just want to make enough where I don't have to go to a job every day. One thing that I was actually talking to Drew earlier today was every Monday I would wake up and tell myself, another Monday that I can't do whatever I want. And that haunted me for real. I was just, because I would be sitting at work or just, I used to weld, so I'd be at the shop or on the site doing, like, working, and I'm like, dude, like, this isn't going to get me anywhere, right? So it's when there's a will, there's a way. Believe in yourself and just finding out your why. Why do you want to become successful? Is it to help your family out? Is it to get out of some struggle? Once you figure that out, bro, the rest is just putting in the work. It's literally that simple. It's literally just working. Like, there's no magic trick on how to become successful. It's literally just show up, try, and something will click. Something will happen.
This one thing I think completely changed my life, and I wish I knew this sooner. I actually really internalized this just recently, but I used to do it a little bit when I was first making money. And the thing that will probably have the biggest lever on your success is your ability to map out exactly what you want vividly. Like, spend days mapping out the life that you want. So this freaking high rise in Miami, okay? You're gonna make an AI photo of yourself in that high rise and then put it on a vision board and look at it every day. And then AI yourself in whatever else, like a car you want, or around the people you want to be around. And the point of that is you have to be able to visualize and actually internalize the reality of like what you really want in order to like have any direction in your life. Because if you just want to make money, like why do you want to make money? That could be a complete waste of time if that's not actually what you want. So get really clear on what you're actually optimizing for in your life, and then the how becomes irrelevant, because that is your why. And that kind of like goes back to what he was saying, is if you know exactly what you want and the actions to get it, you'll also know when to stop. Because a lot of people, especially here in Miami, just like make money as a means to an end. They want to impress other people. They want to do a bunch of dumb shit and spend all their money. And it's an endless loop. So being able to know exactly what you want and then exit the game might be the best skill you can ever have in life. And it is a skill because it does take practice. And once you do map out exactly what you want in your future, write it down in detail, spend a lot of time doing that. Look at it every day. 10 minutes a day, just read exactly what you want so you remind yourself and you don't forget about it. And there will be, as you go out through your day, you'll realize that I'm walking around and these things aren't reality. I need to go log and I actually need to do this. And then once you do get those things, you'll have so much more gratitude that you have them because you wrote them down on your vision board. You remind yourself of what you actually want. So when you have it, you're like, oh no, this is what I want. I can be happy that I have it. And you know that you don't want other things that other people have just because other people have them. So map out your reality. It's crazy.
One thing that I think should point out, because people watching this are in different spots. You know, some people are affiliates that have already, made 6 figures and changed their life. There's some people that, are just starting TikTok Shop that haven't had success. And there's some people that don't even know what this is. And I want to say, if your why is just money, which it probably is in the beginning, right? Which is completely fine.
It should be.
But if that's your why, it'll work for a little bit, but it's going to stop and you're going to have to find a new why. So for me, I thought my why was just to make money, but in reality, my why was actually wanting freedom because I had $100,000 in student loans. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I knew I was going to have to work and basically have these chains on until I got out of it. So I wanted so badly. I had this strong why. I was running away from this pain because I was like, bro, I'm literally enslaved. And once I got out of it and I made a bunch of money, which is I thought is what I wanted, my why was dissipated. I got what I wanted. I got the freedom. I got the money. And I was like, wait, I don't have any reason to keep doing this. I could sit here and grind every day, but it was like, bro, I my bills are paid. I have my free time now. I didn't know what to do. And I went through this weird period. It was like, bro, I need a new why. What is it? And you really have to deconstruct everything and find that new why. And, I've noticed for me, now I really want to help other people that might have been in that same situation. But how is y'all's why changed since you started? Because bro, you were in high school, you're now here in Miami, crazy transition. You were blue collar, completely different path, completely different path for your life. And now we're all in the same spot. So how has your why changed from where you started to where you are today?
That's a great question.
And how'd you find the next why? And if you're still finding it, that's a real thing too. So what does that kind of look like for y'all? Yeah.
I think finding your why is a constant process, and it's always adept to change. And there's some things that you kind of have to achieve to actually understand it. You can kind of try to detach and be like, oh, I don't want money. Money's evil, blah blah blah. But if you have a life you don't like, and you're trapped by money, you're trapped by certain things, and you don't have that freedom you actually desire, you can't lie to yourself about that. Now, follow God, understand what God wants for your life, and He will provide those things. But you cannot just disregard something that you deeply desire, and as long as it's aligned with your faith. So, is that pause? Okay. You can't disregard something as long as it's aligned with God. Okay, so don't disregard that. But when I started, I really wanted to make just a stupid amount of money because I hated high school. I didn't want to be told to go anywhere to go by a fucking bell, bro. What is that? And I also didn't want to go to college because I realized the things I would learn in college aren't going to align with my reality that I want in the future. So I realized, okay, I have to make money to support myself to get out of that. And that was a pretty good why, and it worked, and I got that. But now that I sit here with an amazing friend group and the apartment of my dreams and in the city I absolutely love, I have to kind of change that and understand, okay, now that I have this, and that was an important journey in my life, what is my next why? And honestly, I'm still figuring that out, genuinely. I know it has something to do with God. I know it has something to do with helping other people. But a great way I can describe this is, this will take a minute, but there's a graph I follow by, and it's literally the intersection of eudaimonia and hedonia. So hedonia, in its objective form, is just, like partying, eating a cookie. Like those are things that provide short-term pleasure. Eudaimonia is something that provides long-term pleasure. Going to the gym, sitting, grinding, and making money. My goal is to find the intersection of where those two meet. So what is something that is enjoyable in the short term and provides me value in the long term? That could be having a conversation with a friend that I like. That could be surfing, because surfing is great. I enjoy in the short term and it benefits me long term with my health. So finding those things that provide that look like work to others but is play to you. That seems like a very viable why for me now. But we'll see how that changes.
Yeah. My why has definitely changed. My why at first was literally like I was saying earlier, just make money, get out of my job, help out my family. But one of the things is that, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm still trying to find my next why. I'm right now, I'm definitely, I wouldn't say I'm just going through the motions, but I'm still showing up every day, doing what I'm supposed to do, working, making money, stacking cash. But I know that in order for me to get to that next step, I need to find my why. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not in a rush to find it. I know that God will provide me that blessing when the time comes. But I know that I still need to be putting in the inputs every day in order for that to become a reality. The inputs being, like I was saying, just working, showing up, doing what I need to do. Because nothing happens like this, bro. Nothing's gonna just come into your life and you're like, yo, how did that happen? You know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. The work that you put in, one of the things, one quote, I know we were talking about quotes earlier, one quote that I really like is, the work now is the result that's gonna come in 3 months. And
Luca told me that.
Yep, Luca. Yeah, that's where I got that from. Yo, shout out Luca, bro. That's my dog, bro. But it's true. Like, short form pleasure, thinking that, oh, if I make a TikTok shop video today and you expect it to go viral tomorrow, like, hey, it could happen. But if it doesn't, how are you going to feel? You know what I'm saying? But if you show up every day, put out as much content as you can every day, in 3 months, bro, you never know. That video could later print, or that video could still be printing for you. So my why is still to be found, but I know maybe next time I talk to you guys, I will find it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we all moved to Miami to find ourselves, right? No, we're joking. Yeah. No, we are pretty locked in here in Miami. It's just great to be around like other guys that are, on the same wavelength that we can do stuff like this with, make money with. So we kind of went like high level philosophical, and now let's bring it back more practical, because this is like a TikTok shop, for the creators to be able to make as much money as possible. And we've all seen different aspects of it. We're all very deep in this game. So I would say everyone wants to know, what are the biggest opportunities right now for like content creators and TikTok shop affiliates that isn't just TikTok shop? So I think we should let Nick take this one. It sounds like he's ready to speak.
Okay, so just to give some background, I've been doing TikTok shop since, TikTok, I'm not even saying TikTok shop. I've been doing TikTok since before TikTok shop was even a concept. I've been doing TikTok since 2023, maybe even 2022. I was posting, like, I was drop shipping on TikTok, link in bio to like my shitty Shopify page. But what a lot of TikTok shop affiliates just don't know, and they don't know because they just haven't been introduced the idea yet, is, bro, just as there is all these e-com brands, all these supplement brands, all these clothing brands on TikTok, there's also, SaaS companies. There's also apps. There's also, people who just want you to promote their product, but to an Amazon link, to a Shopify link. And right now, the campaigns that I work on is, one of them is a TikTok shop, but one of them is a SaaS, and one of them is both of them are SaaS. And
Explain what a SaaS is.
A SaaS is software as a service. So basically, you how do you even
An app
explain?
or a website.
Yeah,
It's a software,
yeah.
it's a software company.
Software.
app, bro.
Yeah, it's
Instead of
it's
a product.
yeah, it's an apps instead. It's a website link, bro. Like for real. So the way these SaaS companies work is the same way a TikTok shop brand would work. Is a TikTok shop brand will pay you X amount for you to post 30 videos or however long your retainer is, but you're making organic content. No, you don't need to buy an account. You don't need to watch my YouTube video about how to get 5K followers in 30 days. I mean, in 7 days. No violations.
Like,
The only thing you need to do is literally just put a brand new email on TikTok, make an account, and boom, you're chilling. And that is how creators like Drew, for example, he's on one of my brands. Have how big is your IG account? 8K, right?
yeah, it's like 8K.
8K.
You got the TikTok account to 10K now.
Yeah, and
From zero.
and how much has that made you, bro?
In the last couple months, we've made like last couple months, we've made like 40 or 50 grand promoting an app.
Profit.
Off TikTok shop.
Profit.
No TikTok shop.
No TikTok shop.
Yeah, people don't know about this. These companies need you to create content, and TikTok Shop created like a void in the marketplace because all the creators went to TikTok Shop. They chased the opportunity. Now all these other companies are like, yo, come back! Like we have money to pay you. So that's where we're
actually, bro. So all these SaaS companies, right? They get VC money. VC is venture capitalist money. So they just get a shit ton of money, and most of the time, these SaaS companies will pay you bigger retainers, bigger bonuses than an actual TikTok shop brand. And sometimes the bonuses will literally convert better. Let's say the brand that Drew works with me, you get paid 2.5K for a video to hit 1 million views. And if you have a shitty converting TikTok shop video, 2.5K profit, bro, like what that has to be like, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, these SaaS companies, they pay a lot of money. They're sometimes easier to work with, to be honest, than a lot of these TikTok shop brands, especially like the big TikTok shop brands. Big TikTok shop brands are kind of a headache to work with. They're still cool guys, but SaaS companies, bro, they just need creators. Like how Drew was saying, TikTok shop literally just put a void in the market on creators, and now I get so many DMs from creators trying to hop on these SaaS companies, and from the actual SaaS employees being like, "Yo, Nick, we need more creators, bro."
I'm gonna chime in before I want to let you talk about some AI stuff if you want to, or he can gatekeep. I don't know. We'll see how generous Jack is feeling. But everything Nick just said about these companies that are these apps that need creators, people don't understand this, but it's the same thing for the TikTok shop products too. They're also running these campaigns and sending traffic to Amazon or their Shopify, or maybe for some reason they don't like TikTok shop. And companies now, at least the ones we're working with in Creators Corner, like some of them are paying up to 200 or 300% commissions for you. If someone purchases from your link, they're paying you like 300% commission. So I know someone who in Creators Corner, because this is like where our data comes from. We have all these campaigns. You can join if you want access to the campaigns. We're not really selling CC on this, but
Yeah,
we are selling CC because if you want to hang out with us. But who was it? It was a campaign. We won't say it, but someone got 4 million views. And what? They got like a $40,000 bonus. It was 5 million views. And you don't only post your content to TikTok because it's off a TikTok shop. You can post it on Threads. You can post it on IG Reels. You can post it on YouTube Shorts. So your content has like 5 more chances to go viral. And these are just opportunities that creators don't even know exist. Content styles that like don't fly on TikTok shop, like AI, which, I'll let Jack kind of talk about all this AI world that where he's kind of deep into and all of us are seeing that people don't even know. So you can chime in, like, what do you think is going on with all that? Should people get into AI? What's it looking like?
Yeah, so we've seen with TikTok Shop just a big case of shiny object syndrome where everyone is, TikTok Shop is really great, it's lucrative, but people don't realize that there is so much money to be made outside of Shop when it comes to even normal content, like what they're doing, but especially AI content. So you'll have people in like these brands in CC, not even on Shop because of the violations, bans, or whatever, and they're still ripping millions of dollars a month. just outside of shop on Amazon. So these campaigns, first of all, have a lot of money to pay creators. They'll give you a big retainer, a base salary every month, and literally like you get the playbook because this game is always changing. Like I don't know anywhere outside of CC that this is actually a main thing. If there is, like, let me know because I want to like get the sauce. But from what I've seen, AI content with TikTok Shop outside TikTok Shop is honestly like one of the most lucrative opportunities right now if you are not already killing it on TikTok Shop. So honestly, like within CC, you can pick up a lot of brands. I mean, what are the main questions?
Let me ask you, who should do AI content?
Yeah. Okay.
What types of people should look into it?
Honestly, if you like look like me, yeah, do it. Or if you don't have any unfair advantages, as in you're not a stay-at-home mom who can stay at home and like make 50 videos a day in her kitchen, like filming about like her cleaning products, or you can't tap into older demographics, or you just don't have some sort of edge in the market where you're able to, make a bunch of money and it's hard for you. Maybe you're not very good on camera. Maybe you have an accent and you're in a foreign country. That's why TikTok Shop is, hard for a lot of people outside of America because it's just like the language barrier. So we know a lot of people outside of Shop absolutely ripping on non-Shop because they're just dirty with scripts. They're really good at AI content and they don't even have to show their face at all. It's completely faceless. So if you are, you want to make a bunch of money, and you also, one of my favorite parts about AI content is that it's completely outsourceable. You can hire VAs from Philippines and they can just do all the work for you. So you can move up the leverage ladder where you're now making scripts, you're now making base images for videos, and you're letting the VAs generate all the videos and post them. And so you can build a content machine, and then you can even step away and it can just make money by itself. You don't have to touch it, which is one of the biggest parts I'm incentivized by because I'm optimizing for freedom. I want to do what I want, and I don't want to be tied to my phone being like a glorified freelancer just filming all day. I want to have an actual asset,
That's real.
And I've been telling people since I've been doing some of the sales calls for CC. So if you do book a call about CC, you'll probably speak to me and I can help you out. But there's people that come in to do like TikTok Shop, and then there's people that are super interested in AI. And what I tell people is like it's almost like a different business model. Yeah. Like when you're doing TikTok Shop and your face is in the content, you can't really remove yourself. It's not really a business. It's a super high leverage job, right? You have insane leverage. But when you get
that word around me.
Yeah. But when you get into AI content, you can actually build like systems, which is Jack's other favorite word, and a real business because you can build a team where you're outsourcing, the generation. You covered all this. So it's a completely different skill. It's a completely different business model. If that's what you're looking into, right? Because a lot of affiliates are like, you know what, like I didn't sign up, like, some people want to be a content creator, want to be famous, but some people are like, I wanted to make money and like be an entrepreneur. And that's kind of where like a lot of, at least young guys are kind of thinking. So that's probably who's best to do AI content.
Yeah. We also have a question here on Jack. So
What does it say?
thoughts on AI content for TikTok Shop, and then any creators to recommend for AI TikTok Shop, and that was from
Any AI
Jack.
creators to recommend? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or just thoughts on AI.
Well, I mean,
content for
honestly,
TikTok Shop.
yeah.
So also someone asked can you give examples of the kind of AI content you do outside of TikTok Shop?
Yeah.
It's very gate kept, but we'll see what Jack wants to share.
I will say it's very gate kept. If you know, you know. But to keep it broad and to keep it actually still tactical for you guys, it's people, when it comes to AI content, it is very easy for people to make very unethical videos, right? People are making completely insane claims about stuff, and
Put it around.
you want to do it ethically, right? You want to make claims about that are like, really the rule of thumb is that you want to make, if the person knew everything about the product, would they buy? And if you make them buy with like giving them more information or giving them a false transformation of what the product does, that is unethical. Setting false expectations about the product. We're going into content styles. The biggest thing is like, you'll see, if you've seen videos of like the people on like a talking stage talking about, it's like an AI character, not a real person, but this person is like on a stage, so it kind of poses as themselves as kind of an authority, and they're just talking about whatever, menopause. We're talking about like liver health or something. It's like these videos can extend minutes long and completely go through an entire VSL of the product. So the important thing to know about non-shop content is that these styles are always changing. What worked, months ago doesn't work anymore. So you have to keep adapting. But I can't, honestly, I don't want to go too much into the details. We could be here all day.
So I'll chime in. First of all, I'll say we have 90 people in the live right now.
Oh,
really?
So shout out everyone in the live. Keep dropping the
How much
questions.
is in mine, bro? I'm
Yeah.
not doing TikTok.
Yeah. Dude, we're filming it. We're filming a YouTube video right now, which is what all the questions for. But though we might have to keep the live going just because it's popping off so much right now. Anyways, but someone had an interesting question in the chat. I want to direct questions back to the chat. Someone said, I grew an account to 1 million followers with man on the street content. Should I run TikTok shop with that style?
Man on the street.
I think you should. I've been talking about this. There's a guy I've been seeing on Twitter. He's in New York building a company, and he's not doing TikTok shop, but he's making ads for e-commerce companies, doing like millions of dollars in sales with man on the street content. And I think if you brought that to TikTok shop, there's no one doing it right now. And it would be great for GMV Max. And like an infinite content engine. These guys are not locked in over here. The live stream is peaking, and these guys are like, let me focus on my live with 5 fucking viewers. While we have 90 people in this one. Anyways, so got rich, stayed retarded.
Retard happy.
Yo, guys, one thing, bro. When I make money, but I'm lucky still a bot, bro. Like, sometimes I'm just like, dude, I don't be understanding shit.
Let's see. Kind of looking through the chat. Let's see. Keep dropping questions. We have so many people in here. Someone said if you book a call with me to ask about CC, what's going to happen? Message me before you book a call because there's like a bunch of stuff I want to send you. Like, I don't want to waste either of our time because I still create content, right? I don't just do the sales stuff. One thing that's really cool about TikTok Shop and something I really had to learn in 2025 is that you can make a full-time income with content. It's very easy to make a full-time income, but it's not necessarily a full-time job. It's really hard to do full-time. It doesn't take up all your time.
Yeah.
So if you don't have something else you're doing, you're actually gonna like go crazy. So you can stay at your job and do TikTok Shop on the side. People are like, do I have enough time? You totally can. But it gets to the point where you're like, it's not even worth it for me to show up to my regular job because the income is so good with content. But it's really important to either, work on something else, build another business, go into your hobbies, like just be productive because you're going to drive yourself insane trying to do social media for 8 hours a day. You're on your phone so much. Like, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. The goal is to make money online so you can get offline.
Yes.
Real.
I had to learn that in 2025.
Yes.
So let's say, we got Nick in the chat. What's up, Nick? Oh, someone asked, what brand is your sweatshirt, Jack?
Real ones know, I guess. Gallery department.
Nobody has that.
And people were also asking, how did you hit a 20K day? What kind of videos were you making to hit a 20K day? How did
It's
it
a
happen? Tell the story.
very good question. Yeah,
Tell them your age. Tell them what you were doing that day. How did you make $20,000 in a day on TikTok Shop?
Yeah,
Because this is
normal.
normal. It's not normal. It's not even normal to us.
Bro.
But like, you've adapted to this, bro.
Yeah.
This is like
I'm like desensitized.
this is a single day. How did this happen? Just take us
When
through
I
it.
look at that screenshot, I'm still like wow, I actually did that. But I'll kind of it's a crazy story. So this was back when I was in high school. All right, this was, I think, this was back in April. No, it was a year ago.
Oh, dang.
And I graduated probably 7 months ago. But
Make sure you're speaking up for everyone on the live.
yeah. So April 2025, I was in high school, and I make this Shark Tank edit. And what happened is I saw an inspo video of someone who like clipped together a couple of Shark Tank clips. And I'm like, that's a good idea. I should try that. So what I did is I took that winning concept of what worked, right? I got like 100,000 views. And I just actually clipped it myself, made it really good. I spent like a really long time on this video. It was probably like 9 hours just editing this video. Now, it took a while, so this didn't happen super easy. But if you're willing to put in the work, you get the reward. But anyway, I made that video and I posted it, honestly not thinking much of it. I'm like, I'm trying a new style. And bro, I woke up the next day, and I think Tommy was in here. Tommy texted me. He's like, Jack, you must be really happy. I'm like, dog, what? Like, wait, did something pop off? And I checked my account, and I was at like 5K for the morning. And keep in mind, I'm in Hawaii, so the time zone is back. So it like just happened. I'm already at 5K. I'm like, this isn't real, bro. Like, how did this happen? And then I go throughout the day, and I am literally like, Mom, I made 5K this morning. I'm like, I'm not going to school, Mom. I'm like, I'm done. And so I literally just like locked in. I skipped school that day. And that day, okay, this is actually even crazy. This makes the story even crazier. That day, I made a video. I spent the entire day working on a video, and that video to this day has done $500,000 in GMV. One video. And that made most of my money this last year.
Because this wasn't even your biggest video.
No.
Oh my gosh.
So I literally was making the video that would make me the most money ever on TikTok Shop while I was making, by the end of that day on that screenshot, what was that? It was actually 21K. So, but I easily crossed 20K that day, 60K GMV in a day. And a lot of people are like, yo, how did you have such high commissions? And shout out CC, I got 30% commissions because I was in CC. And it was like actually insane. For only 60K in GMV, I got 20K take home profit in a day. And I don't know, I was literally just like awestruck, bro. Like I couldn't even believe it. And the next day was still ripping, and I just put away my phone and just went on a hike with some friends in Hawaii.
That's tough,
time.
bro.
So it was
That's tough.
And I came back and I made like another 20K. I'm like, holy crap, bro, life isn't real. But yeah, I posted that video that I worked on the whole day while I was making 20K. And it actually didn't make money for probably the first month. And then it kind of popped off. I had a little run. I got like 10 million views, did a decent amount of GMV. But then around, I think, summertime, GMV Max came and it started to pick it up. And that one video literally made me hit a 60K month, 70K month, 50K, back to back to back. And I was just traveling Bali, having fun with my friends. It was amazing summer. But it was actually crazy that the day that I hit that 20K day was the day that I locked in and made the video that completely changed my life. And so, wild story, bro.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah.
What would you say to another person in high school? It's like thinking about doing TikTok Shop, or for everyone, just kind of like where you were a few years ago, like the job or situation you were in. What would you say to yourself back then?
The thing is, TikTok Shop has changed, but it is still just as lucrative if you know how to adapt. If you're a beginner, I think it's actually better. But what I would say to myself if I was just starting, honestly, the quote that you said, it's think less, take more action. Literally just buy some course. Doesn't even matter if it's CC or not. There's a lot of great ones out there. Get the information that, honestly will change your life in some form. And then the most important is actually getting a community of like-minded people doing the exact same thing, okay? I would not be here if it wasn't for Drew, if it wasn't for Nick, if it wasn't these people around me that were constantly checking my blind spots, saying, oh, have you seen this video? You should try this. That kind of information is so nuanced, you won't get it on a fucking YouTube video. You're gonna find it in a you're gonna find it scrolling deep down a Discord message. But you're not gonna get that normally. So, but that kind of information will change your life. So you can't do it alone. If anyone says you can, it's gonna take you way longer than it should. So get in a community and just take action. You will figure it out.
Yeah, hey, wait, just to give context, how old were you when you hit that day?
That day I was 18.
18.
Yeah.
Bro, me and Drew are 23. This man was 18 years old hitting 20K days, bro.
I still have not hit a 20K day. I've hit a couple 10K,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I haven't hit a 150K month though. That's all you, bro.
it was 175 actually.
Oh shit.
Fuck, my bad, bro.
What I would say to my younger self, because all of us knew in a form we were gonna be here. We didn't know how we are gonna be here. We didn't know where here was gonna be, but we knew we were gonna arrive somewhere.
Yeah.
And what I would tell myself, I was trying to start all these other businesses. I was trading, copywriting, every hustle imaginable.
Yeah.
I would tell myself to actually start a business that makes money, with limited, you're broke, right? Stop trying to start businesses that are hard to start. Start a level one business.
Do an easy business.
Start a level one business like TikTok Shop.
Yeah.
There's no expenses. There's infinite upside. All you have to do is post a video, and it can change your entire life.
Yes.
That's what's happened to me. It's
One
what's happened to you.
video,
It's what's happened to him. And you need to spend your time actually doing revenue generating activities, bro. creating a business website doesn't make you money. You know, creating a flyer for your business doesn't make you money. You know what does make you money though? Hopping on a sales call, posting a video, like not a personal brand video, like posting a TikTok shop video, like things that actually can put money in your pocket by doing them. I was doing all the productive procrastination stuff. So that's what I tell myself, like start something that makes money, that doesn't cost money. And that's how you're gonna get to where you want to be. That's what I would tell my younger self when I was trying all this BS.
One thing that Drew was saying is all that BS. Like, bro, you know how we're like, oh, like I need to make my LLC. No, you don't. Like,
Wait, you think you need to pay taxes? No, you don't. Like,
dude, literally, I didn't make. Yeah, bro, I didn't make my LLC until I was making over like $7K a month. Because in reality, you don't need to make an LLC if you're doing $500 a month, bro. Literally, put the work in first. Worry about LLC taxes, W-9 forms, W-2. Like, worry about that shit later, bro. Like, just start. It's literally just starting something, whatever it is. Like, you don't have to start TikTok shop. You know, you can do trading. Dude, I was doing drop shipping. Drew was doing stock trading. He was doing art. Like, you don't have to do anything that we do. Just start something, bro. Whatever you think that you resonate with, just try that. Because in 5 years, you're going to be like, dang, bro, like, that's crazy that I just didn't start sooner. I wish that I started sooner, you know, when I was like Jack's age. Like, I was out there trying and failing, but it still got me the experience that which then led me to finding TikTok content, which then got me into TikTok Shop. So just try something, man.
Yeah, do more, think less. We're gonna wrap up the video here. So we're gonna fire off like the actionable stuff if you want to get started, like the resources we have, what you can check out. A lot of people are asking, how do you get an account with 5,000 followers to do TikTok Shop? I will put a link to an account supplier in the description somewhere down here. You can buy an account. That's the fastest way. There's other ways to grow an account, but like that's a different video for a different time. You know, courses, like we're in Creators Corner. They give you brand deals, retainers, everything you need to know. We'll link Jimmy Farley's YouTube. There's so many resources to check out. You can check out our pages, and you can drop any questions, right? Like, other than that, we'll link everyone's stuff, you know, and just kind of like what like actionable advice if someone wants to get started that you can say in the next like 45 seconds to get someone started on their journey. What would you tell them? Like, that's like
TikTok Shop or any journey?
TikTok Shop, like A to Z in 45 seconds. What's the most concise way you can put it?
I'll be completely blunt. Just buy CC. Get into CC. Start. You're probably going to call with this guy right here, and it'll completely change your life. But before you do that, look at some of the interviews. Look at my interview on Jimmy Farley's account. That's what I did. I literally watched every single client interview or student interview on Jimmy Farley's like YouTube channel, and then I got like convinced. Okay, I'm gonna do it. But like that is the simplest action you can do. If not, just start posting some TikTok Shop content. Learn, like, search up people who are killing it and just try to recreate those videos. So, but just like start posting and just start taking action now. Assume you're naive. Assume you don't know anything, and just start taking action, and you will learn as you go.
There's gonna be more for like the video is literally go on YouTube, just type in TikTok Shop and just look at all the free resources that is there. I have a lot of content. Jimmy has a lot of content. There's other people who have other courses besides CC who have a lot of free content that is good. And then from there, implement what you see in that content. What they tell you to do is post videos, and then from there is just get feedback, whether that be from a friend who's already doing TikTok Shop, or you compare it to another video that's doing better than yours, and just ask yourself, what can I do to make my video better? What can I take away from this video, which is performing better, has more views, has more likes, probably has more sales, and implement that into my content? And it's literally rinse and repeat. Every video has to be better than the last. Improve, 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 and then sooner or later, you're gonna look at your content from months ago, a year ago. You're gonna be like, "Damn, I was such a bot," but now I'm not as much of as a bot that I was. And that's literally the secret. It's just still retarded. Yeah, still retarded. It's just doing what you need to do, taking feedback, and then implementing that feedback into the next input.
Yeah, so you don't have to join Creators Corner. You can learn everything for free online. There's so many resources. What I will tell people though, you can either pay for things with your time or you can pay for things with your money. Usually when you end up paying for things with your time, which you can do, it takes you a long time and you realize you actually can't figure it out by yourself, or you want some help and you end up paying with both. I know so many people that do this, but just the point is, your time is valuable. Your time is limited. You can condense the whole thing down just by learning from the people that came before you. So use the resources that are out there. One of the best pieces of advice I learned was, whether you have 2,000 in your bank account, 5,000, 10,000, like you're still broke. The best thing you could do is spend that money to learn how to make more, to advance, to get around other people. So we'll leave you with that. You're going to see more content from us. If you're watching on the live, drop a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a subscribe. Whoever's YouTube you're looking at, follow us. You can DM any of us, ask for advice. We all have completely different life experiences, different paths, different skill sets. And drop a comment on what your goals are with TikTok Shop or what you learned. W call. Thank you for everyone that watched all the way through. This is a long video. We had up to 90 people in the live stream at one point. That's the biggest live I've ever had. Wow. So shout out everyone. Great call.
Wow.
Woo! Let's go. No, it's all good. But peace out, YouTube. Expect to see a lot more from the CC boys right here in 2026 because the bull run has barely started. That's all I got to say. All right. Peace out, everyone. Everyone on the live stream, drop a follow right now. You got a chance. We got Coda, all these people, but 56 minutes. It was a banger. Anyone that watched it, your life's going to change.